Okay, so we're going to be going over this film we found in the camera. It is PX 135-20, 20 exposure. I did a little research on it. It's a 135 ISO panchromatic film. There wasn't a whole lot I found on it. Let's see. It was in this little metal canister. The interesting thing is it says, I can't really read all of it because it's rubbed off, but it looks like it says Ektachrome. So I don't think that was the original canister. I think they just stuck it in there. So I did some research online trying to figure out the best way to develop it. And it's basically just a shot in the dark. I did some research and just kind of put some numbers in my head and come up with this. So this is the technical stuff for anyone interested. It was in the Ilfotech DDX is the developer I used in a 1:4 dilution, which is what I use for my regular Ilford film. So it was something I just already had mixed up, so I just used that. I developed it for 10 minutes, agitated it 30 seconds every minute. I did not do a stop bath. I just rinsed it with water. Then I did a 5-minute fix with Ilford Rapid Fixer. Again, just what I happen to have mixed up. And that was again agitated 30 seconds every minute, but it was fixed for 5 minutes. 2 tap water rinses, then a rinse of distilled water with photo flow. I use distilled water because the water here is very hard, so it'll leave streaks and stuff all over it. I was kind of concerned when I was loading the film onto the developing reel because it could feel like a crystallized, like crystals or something. I couldn't figure out what it was, and you can see a little bit of odd pattern on the developed pictures. I'm assuming this is like chemical breakdown or something, but I'm not 100% sure. It's definitely very old. I'm estimating it to be 60 years. I can't find an expiration date anywhere on it. So let's see here. Go up the first pictures. This is 20 exposure, but it was a couple exposures were just white or clear, so there was nothing on it, so I didn't bother putting them on here. So we'll go through each picture. I picked up this camera in Huntingburg, Indiana, so I have to assume that it's maybe it was taken there. I have no idea where these pictures are from. It's kind of interesting though, because most of them are in I can't tell if it's an RV park or a trailer park for sure, but there's snow everywhere in them. There's a couple of kids. These have to be from the 50s or 60s. I can't come up with any other era that matches. Again, I'm not an expert on this. This is just observation. The cars, etc. But most of them are just a couple of kids in the snow. Kids playing in the snow, and again, RV park, trailer park, not sure. Then we get into these planes. This first one was a little fuzzy, can't really tell what's going on here, but then there's a group of people. I'm not sure if this roll of film was shot over a period of a while, because it's kind of odd that it goes straight from wintertime to appears to be spring, summer, can't really tell. There's a group of people, and then it looks like, I don't know if this is at an air base or what, but there's, it looks like an air show, I'm assuming. And the last one looks a lot like, it looks like a tank off to the left with a plane taking off. So I don't know if this is a air base or a air show or what it is, but that's all the pictures on there. It is kind of cool to see that these have been in here for probably at least 60 years, possibly longer, and they've just been on this roll of film stuck in here. If you look, and let's see, there's a couple of these you can see. There's this weird white pitting, like the emulsion started coming off, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with that weird crystallized structure I was feeling in it. It's really odd. The leader on it doesn't look anything like what I'm used to, and it's attached to the roller with some sort of tape. So this is just a different era for this film, I guess. But that's what it is. That's what I found on it. Thank you for watching. Okay, so my next project I'm going to have coming up is testing out using new or current LED projector lenses for large format photography. I'm talking like the cheap Chinese LCD projectors. They generally have a 5-inch screen, so they have to have a lens which can transmit a lot of light to go through them. But there are lots of people dedicated to making homemade cameras for cheap, but there's not really a lot of help on the lens side. Generally, if you're trying to try it out for the first time, you have to do pinhole, which I have nothing against. It's very cool, has its own charm, but if you want to do any portrait or other photography on large format, one thing that can arguably be more expensive than the camera is the lens. So I'm going to be doing some experiments and tests on things that you can currently get on eBay or Alibaba or whatever, just to see if that'll work. I still have to get to have a shutter actuator I've been building. The printing on glass, that one's complicated because I have to have everything just right because of the amount of time it takes. What else? The orthochromatic film flash and the orthochromatic film light meter. So in the next several months, that'll be the projects coming up, and I will see you all later.